please welcome the Kellys to the show.
Thank
Portia,
you
thanks
so
for
much for
having
having
Yes,
us.
indeed. I love having power couples talking about how we win, right? Because there's so many obstacles in life that can get in our way. And sometimes it's the person in the mirror, right?
Yeah, true.
So let's talk about preparation. But before we get there, you know I love a good love story. And yours starts in high school. So tell me more.
Yes, well, Reggie and I were originally from Aberdeen, Mississippi, and well, it's a small town where
Yes, it
everybody
is.
knows everybody.
Yes.
So we had one high school there, and we started off as just friends for about a year. And then later on, about a year later, we said, hey, let's make this official. And then, hey, 25 years later, we're still married, and we're still best friends.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I love it. My favorite part, I think, of the story is where he proposed. You all were in college at that point, right? Tell me about the...
Yeah, so we was at Mississippi State University, and I tell you, I took a ring shopping, right? I was on the heels of being drafted by the NFL. Didn't know where I was going to go, didn't know which team I was going to play for, but still, I was excited about the opportunity to further my career playing football.
Of course.
While we was at college, I said, you know, this girl is pretty fly. Now I better go ahead and put a ring on
Let
it.
me go ahead and lock this in.
And so basically, I took her ring shopping supposedly, but I already had the ring. So I took her ring shopping.
smooth.
I frustrated her. I was trying to drag things out, and I don't like that ring. No, that one don't look good on you. And then finally, she got extremely frustrated. I said, well, let's cancel this thing. Let's just go and get something to eat. So I took
You
her
remember
to-
the frustration. I can see it in your
I
face.
do.
Oh yeah. So we went out to Outback Steakhouse, and I just told her, "Look, babe, you know, may need to hold off on this thing until we can make sure everything is picture perfect." And I could tell she got extremely angry. And as soon as I said that, the server came out with a ring underneath the platter.
Well, well played, tight end. Well played. I love it. I love it. So obviously you said yes. And here we are 25 years later.
Yes.
Love is love. You know when you know. So then life goes into this whole different world from Aberdeen, Mississippi, right? And you are in the NFL, right? Let's talk about what that was like and what those experiences were like, because that's a very different world.
So what you think?
I would say the biggest adjustment was just leaving our parents. I mean, leaving our family, because we were going to a new place where we knew no one. It's like starting out fresh, and we didn't have kids yet. So it's like I was like by myself. So it was the biggest adjustment was just being by ourselves and trying to make new people, meet new people.
Right.
And for me, I couldn't wait to leave. I couldn't wait to leave.
Right,
I was
ready to leave
extremely
small
excited. Hey,
town.
this is what I have been dreaming about since I was a little boy. I remember.
And you felt like you were prepared.
Absolutely.
Right?
What I-
Obviously professionally. But let's talk about some of the other things that you had to prepare for, and maybe that was a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah, you know, mentally, obviously, I had never been away from my home. Like so, my wife and I, we grew up in Aberdeen, Mississippi, so we are accustomed to that type of a culture, so to speak. So to leave Mississippi for the bright lights of the ATL, yeah, it was some adjustment that needed to happen.
Right.
But we adjusted quite nicely. We worked our butt off, in order for me to be a great tight end to play for a long time in the NFL. I had to do that, but mentally I had to be prepared just for the bright lights. I had to be prepared to handle the media. I had to be prepared also on how to manage our finances, which is key.
Right, because that's a whole
Absolutely.
lot of money for
Absolutely.
for anybody coming from
22-year-old,
anywhere.
for 22-year-old,
And we should point
absolutely.
our viewers have been looking at some pictures of you from when you were playing in Cincinnati, but you started out with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I started out with the Dirty Birds.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Yes,
I was
indeed.
drafted in '99 by Coach Dan Reeves, and he brought me to the squad, and I wanted to come in and bring my own little twist to this team. We already had some really great guys: Jamal Anderson, Jesse Tuggle, Keith Brookins, O.J. Santiago, the original Dirty Bird.
Right.
And so I came the year after we went to the Super Bowl in 1998. So you know what I'm thinking. I'm just getting drafted. We're going back to the big show.
Right.
I think we may have won 5 to 6 games that season.
There were some struggles that right, we'll move on. There was some struggles. We'll move on. We're used to it, and we just ride hard. Right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I want to get another story, though, just about the preparation component of this, right? Because you're young, new money, new cities. I know that takes a toll sometimes on relationships. How did you deal with that, and how did preparation help you guys move through those struggles personally?
Well, we're both Christians, so I believe our faith is what really, really kept us going, and it still keeps us going to this day. And we learn how to work together.
Absolutely.
And everything is just going great.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we did too, being a married couple, we made sure that we kept a lot of people out of our business too, right? That was important.
Yeah.
That was important because everybody has an opinion of what we should do, how we should do it, but we already knew how we wanted to do it. And we did partner up with people that had been there and done that, especially from the financial piece, right? We do hear a lot of horror stories about athletes who make millions and millions of dollars,
And then
but
lose it or blow it. Yeah.
squander it.
Then lose it.
So
spend it.
we were very disciplined with our finances. I always tell people I wanted to live better after the game than while I actually played the
Right.
game. So we invested wisely and let our money work for us even while we were asleep, and it paid great dividends for us.
And those are lessons that you have shared with the 3 children that you have?
Well, the two children that
Two children. Two children.
Well, let's say that again.
I will not say that again. But those are the lessons that you have shared, right?
Yeah, those are lessons that I share with my kids, but also the NFL, they do a great lesson of trying to teach the young guys, the rookies, on the importance of financial literacy. So they've also used me and used my help to kind of talk to the guys, to mentor the guys, to give them some examples of some of the pitfalls that they can fall into, and also how to be extremely smart with those finances. You're not going to make that forever.
Right.
It's a small window, so you have to be very
Which
careful.
is why you have to plan for the
to plan, you
future.
gotta
You
be
got to
prepared
save
for
a chunk of it, right?
Absolutely.
And invest it and be prepared.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. Good start to a great conversation. I love it. When the Kellys return, we're going to talk about the allegiance to being prepared and how it's taken them to store shelves in your local Target. Weren't expecting that, were you? You heard me. We've got some really interesting stories to tell about life after and beyond the NFL. That's coming up next. Stay with us.